want to talk about this. I'm living a life of a period of my life which is a pause, where I'm not doing anything and I'm not having any relationships with anyone. Completely alone on my own with no attachment to anything. Playing no roles in this world, basically. And I kind of feel okay now. I used to just a couple of weeks ago. Until a couple of weeks ago, I kept looking for some change. Looking for a change to this. Looking for example, a friendship or a relationship or something to do, a passion, a purpose, a meaning. But now I feel completely at peace with this period of my life. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to have any relationships or even friendship. I feel like that idea is even not so familiar anymore. The idea of a friendship, relationship, of having other people in my life. I feel totally okay being by myself and not having any passion or roles or purpose of existing in this world. I feel okay. And I don't want to be disturbed, so I try not to talk to people living here. Because I know most people, 99% people, are not going to be my people. Because look, I'm such a particular person with such a particular experience and worldview. Most people are materialists, both philosophically and in terms of living. They're all materialism focused. They either believe that they're just as human in this materialistic world, or they believe that material success should be the goal. Materialistic success should be the goal of their life, the most important thing. And I know that, so I try not to talk to people around me because I know that 99% of them are not gonna turn out to be my friends, because I can't be friends with those people that have those beliefs. Because I like my relationships to be deep and profound, not something just on a surface level. And obviously those people, we can't even agree on the basic things about life. Obviously, we're not going to have any profound friendships or deep conversations. There's no common ground for that. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying not to talk to people around me. I mean, not people don't want to talk to me either. I mean, like, okay, strangers, passerbys that could ask me for direction or help, I'm really willing to help them. Or they would help me and we have a very short chat, like, that's fun. But when it comes to, like, you really start a conversation with someone, that's really unbearable for me, because they would ask every question based on their materialistic point of view, such as, what do you plan to do? And, when they are asking that question, they would expect an answer based purely on a materialistic point of view, and they would just share with you their life based on that point of view. So they would be sharing with me their materialism focused life. For example, when they talk about what they studied in university, they would say, I studied this and I worked, because that's a great thing to study to be competitive in the job market. They would say things like that, which completely bore me out. I left my family because of this shit, and I'm not gonna get into anything like that with anybody. So I don't like to have conversations with people around me. So I really don't like to be bothered by this kind of conversations. So I'm happy though. But then just a few days ago, I've been, just to cut it short, a stranger, living in the same building started to talk to me actually just today. He saw me, he said he'd been seeing me sitting there for a few days, and today he stopped and talked to me. 'Cause he's, just after a few short sentences, I know he's exactly one of the 99% people. We wouldn't get along, a very materialism-focused person like most people in the world. Not leading their life based on love or passion and enthusiasm, but purely materialism-based life. And the way they talk. I mean, nice personality, very nice personality, open-minded, but still, not someone I figure I can have any deep conversations with. I brought up some subjects that I'm interested in, and yeah, he's open to this kind of thing, but still is giving this a sort of not super intrigued. You know what I mean? Like, if you know this MBTI personality test, I am an INFP, and that person would be an ESTP or TJ or ES. It could be an FJ or type of person. We don't get along. That's what I'm assuming. That's what it appears to be. A very S person. I'm a very ant person. My AN value is high. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that makes a lot of sense to me. So, we were talking. I was trying to keep the conversation kind of profound. I'm not interested in talking with a stranger about their life and, things that are not important for two strangers to talk about. That kind of thing would be interesting to talk about among friends. If I already am a friend, if we already are friends, then chit-chatting would be very interesting. But with a stranger, chit-chatting is completely meaningless to me. And also because of this chit-chatting that he kept going on was, again, purely materialism based, or I don't know how to describe it, but I'm not trying to judge a person, because I know 99% of people are like that, and I've accepted that. And it's really beautiful today, the sunset. And so after we talked, I tried, because what I'm interested in is a very, very unpopular thing, like near-death experience and the afterlife and the oneness or New Age stuff and spirituality, a cool word. Very few people are interested in, at least in my environment. You could say 1% people are into that kind of stuff. I even need to be cautious to talk about that kind of things, because I'm afraid I'll be considered to be nuts or something like that. Anyway, I cautiously brought that up, and he seemed to be kind of open to it, but that's it. Not intrigued and not shocked, not I don't know. So, I was even more sure that we wouldn't be friends. And also, we both live here alone, and he's not much older than me. Maybe probably less than 10 years older. And I do not want to date anybody, especially someone that doesn't I don't feel drawn to in all aspects. But I don't know, that person just said maybe we could go out. He didn't say like go out like as a date, but like we could like eat together one day, one night, or something like that. I don't know what that means in my culture or in the culture of this country because I'm not familiar with this dating culture of this country. So I don't know if that necessarily means it's suggesting that he's romantically interested in me or whatever. But that's what I assume. And that really bothers me. That makes me kind of want to not, like, I would sit there every day outside and he would pass by at that time because he has a routine and he would see me every day there. And I kind of thinking maybe I should never go out and sit there anymore. Holy shit, it's beautiful as fuck. I need to get downstairs. It's so beautiful. Jesus Christ. I thought it was just pretty much like yesterday, but damn, it's so nice. And it kind of makes me feel, I don't know, resentment towards that person. Because, well, if anyone was like sensitive like me, they would be sensitive enough to tell if a person they can get along with or not. So if he was as sensitive as me, he would be able to know very clearly that we are really different people. The way we talk, the way we think, even the way we look. I don't know. And he shouldn't have any. He shouldn't be any romantically interested in me, but I'm just assuming because, like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean that he is in that way interested in me. But now that's because the fact that he will see me every day if I continue to sit there, I would. And I do not want any romantic intrusion or attempt from this person. At most, I doubt if we can even be friends. I kind of feel like if I really liked sitting there, I like that place, but now I have to move because of him. But I think I can probably try sitting there one more day. I think he would stop and talk to me again. But the thing is, today after finishing talking to him, I felt so invaded. Well, he did nothing. It's just me. I felt like disturbed. I didn't feel any of that while we were having the conversation. But after we finished, and I felt so intruded. I felt uncomfortable. And it's just me, and so in my body, in my lower chakra, I felt this intrusion. It could be just the intrusion is a result of my false assumption, but I think this assumption is very highly likely to be true because I don't know, really. There's a single man living alone, knowing I am a single female living alone, and asking me to go out to, like, not go out, but to, like, he has said, if you have time, we could go and eat together. That's it. And I don't know what that means in this culture that I'm not really familiar with, which is interesting. But in the cultures that I am familiar with, that suggests that person proposer is romantically interested. Okay, I'm coming up. I don't know, I think, I'm not sure if now that feeling of being intruded and now is gone, dissipated. Now that makes me kind of feel fine again. Tomorrow I can just go and sit there again. I feel resentment toward that person because I'm assuming that he is purely romantically or sexually interested in me, regardless of some more profound, less superficial facts about me. Is one of those that's superficial, completely ignoring the less superficial aspects of different people. So what I mean is, some guys, they see when a guy sees a girl that doesn't have to be necessarily pretty, is a man sees a girl that is not ugly, he'd always want to date. Always try to date a man that is not handsome and by any way sees a girl that is, as long as not ugly, he would always try to date her, always be sexually romantically interested, and that really makes me feel a lot of resentment. I don't want to give him my contact because I know the result would be me not texting, would be us not ending up not texting anymore. Because I know that I don't get along with a person like that with a materialistic world feel. And him living alone would try to approach me as much as he can. He doesn't seem to be a very sensitive person. I mean, like, not as sensitive as me, knowing already that we wouldn't get along. I'm feeling sad because I do want a genuine, profound, understanding relationship. And I feel kind of powerless in a situation like this. I can't change them. And never mind. Doesn't matter. Not a big deal.